Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Anime. Um, just give me a second. Okay, everything's set and we can go. Oh wait, hold on, I need to see the characters' names. Because that's how good I am. Okay, so these are the blocks we have today, by the way. Oh wait, hold on. I just realized I can fix something. Very slowly. Okay, I think I've solved the issue. Okay, we're good. Okay, so today's episode we will be talking about March comes in like a lion, I think is what we're talking about. I've just completely gone blank and confirming that's definitely what the anime's called, right? Anyway, so yeah, okay. Now it's an odd anime. It's a very relaxing anime. It's a shogi anime. It's basically an anime all about shogi. Um, which I think it's a good anime. It is. No, no. It's not the normal anime I'd watch, and it wasn't actually suggested to me by one of you guys. I am going to finish watching Stain Gate. I'm just taking my time. I thought I'd talk about a different anime this episode though. Just why I've like, I just watched this anime, why not? So yeah, it's a shogi anime. It's a good anime if you want to relax. It's not the kind of anime that's gonna get you all excited and things like that. Unless you're really into shogi. In that case, yeah, you'll probably get excited about the matches and things like that. But it's sort of what it's like for a person who is secretly an anime character and likes shogi. Every time I'd watch it, all I could think of was Shikamaru. For those who don't know him, he's a amazing Naruto character who likes to play shogi, and he plans his battles out much like he's playing shogi. Which I'm not sure how risky that would be, but that's what he does. Anyway, so I screwed that up. Nothing new. You lose some, you win some. Easy fix. Anyway, so yeah, I think that um it is a more relaxing anime again, unless you're really into shogi. The characters. Let's get into the characters. Now the main character is Ray? One of the two. Don't judge my pronunciation. Well, actually, if you want to go ahead, I don't care. But I did warn. I'm not very good with pronouncing names, especially. So if I pronounce a name wrong, I'm sorry. Especially if it's a character you love, like if you've seen the anime and you love this character and I'm just butchering their name, I'm sorry. Anyway, so basically, he's the main character. He's not the best at shogi. Okay, he's good, and he's been good for a very long time. Like, he's better than most shogi players. But he's not the best. Oh yeah, at least in season 1. I haven't seen season 2 yet. I literally just finished the anime today. So, like, just the first season. So, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, so, he's like, he's got skills. He's just gotta focus more, I guess. He was doing really good, and then he lost one because he underestimated his opponent, pretty much. But, so the person he loses against actually becomes his teacher. But let's go to his past first, okay? So his parents and his little sister died. I don't know how old he was when they died because I tried to research it so I'd sort of have some idea for you guys, and I could sort of say it, but it didn't tell me. So the age of when his parents died, unknown. But basically, he was on a trip with his school, and his mum, dad, and his little sister died in a car accident, I believe. And no one else in his family wanted him. So, you know, sadness is sadness. I feel very bad for the kid. I mean, he's a smart kid, why would nobody want him, you know? But hey, they didn't. So, anyway, so nobody wanted him, and then this guy who was friends with his dad was sort of like, he used to play shogi with the kid. Because his dad also loves shogi, and that's how him and his friend met. But yeah, so he used to play shogi with him every time he was watching the kid, or the main character, should I say. And I should probably call him by his name, but I'll get there one day. Anyway, so yeah, he walked up to him at the funeral and sort of asked him, "Did I do that wrong?" No, they're just grey now. Why are they grey? I don't know. Brain coral. They, I'd say they need water, but like, it's raining. Isn't that enough? Apparently not. Oh well. Oh, we got ice again. Oopsies. Anyway. I'll do. Anyway, so in the conclusion, he said, "Do you want to play shogi with me? Like, do you want to play shogi for life?" And Ray's like, "Yes." He did not actually want to play shogi for the rest of his life, but he said yes anyway. So, I mean, I guess that's that. I don't understand why you'd say yes if you didn't. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, I do. He needed a home. He needed a home, and this guy, he was going to give him one, but only if he wanted to play shogi for the rest of his life. Which, like I said, he didn't, but home. So, he ended up being taken in. Appear to have messed this up somewhere. Was it here? No. Ah, I see. Anyway. So, yeah, he takes him in. And he basically raises him to be a shogi champion, pretty much. He became really good at shogi, even though he already really was. He should only be 2. me just get rid of this for a split second, guys. Okay, so I've done something wrong here. There we go. So once he agrees to, you know, shogi for the rest of his life, he gets trained by him, and then now this guy, he has a daughter and a son, and the daughter isn't a big fan of the main character because she feels as if, you know, he kind of stole her dad. Which, considering what the dad does, that's kind of a fair thing to assume. Because basically, he's not a good dad to her. I feel really bad for her. I would hate to have him as a dad. And I feel bad for the kid too. Like the son, he went through depression and his grades dropped and shiz after what happened. But basically, so after he was in the family, they were a shogi family except for the mum. I don't think she played shogi. But they basically would, the kids wouldn't get their father's attention unless they played shogi. So they played shogi as well, you know, they trained with shogi, they trained against each other and stuff like that. Now, the little brother was the first crack. He ended up getting depressed because the simple fact is he kept losing to Ray. And, you know, he felt like he wasn't good enough for his dad and shit like that, so he just quit shogi because he's like, there's no point, I don't care, I don't even like shogi. And he just isolated. He played his games in his room and he just didn't care. He isolated. He did what I do for a living. Anyway, so he pretty much isolated himself, and then he ended up getting depressed, and his teacher talked to his mum, yada yada. That's all you really hear about what happened to him. The daughter kept losing to Ray. And she kept getting really mad at him for losing. Oh yeah, by the way, not sure on the son's name, but the daughter's name is Kuyako, I think. And the dad's name is Masamune. I don't know how to pronounce it. So I'm just gonna keep calling him the dad, especially him. Anyway. So, yeah, we go through her hitting him, and then she gets kicked outside in the cold, like it's snowing, it's freaking freezing outside, and she's only in like a nightgown, and she gets kicked outside, and she's made to stay outside as like a punishment. And the mum's kind of upset about it because it's like, she's only the young girl, you know. You don't want your, you know, young child out there in the freezing frickin' cold. But he's like, she can take it. Like, you bastard. You are a horrible dad. Anyway. So, basically, she got trapped out there, and then she... Can you control the way these go? No. Okay. So, she blamed main character, Ray, for what was happening between her and her dad and her family and all that shiz. Which again, it's not really his fault, but it is a fair thing, you know? Um, um, so, yeah, it's big pain, big pain. And in the end, she ends up going to run away. But the main character, Ray, is like, nah, mate, I'll run away. I'll leave, I'll get my own money, you know, by playing shogi, and I'll move in by myself and fend for myself, all that shit's cool. Which he does. And by that point, that's when the anime starts, when he's sort of living on his own. Well, actually, it's a little bit after, when he's been living in his home for a little while. But yeah, by this point, he's living on his own. And she stays at home. That was the deal. Spoiler alert, she ran away. She does end up leaving home in the future, but that's the future. Not talking about the future right now, guys. Anyway. I must have screwed up here. Anyway. So, basically, he ends up in an apartment thing by himself. Yada yada yada. He plays, you know, shogi, and I think he dropped out of school for a bit. So that or he went and he just didn't care about attendance. I don't remember. Either way, school's no fun, but go anyway. Should always go to school, even if that sucks. Should always go. Trust me, I hate school too. Or hated, I guess. Guess I'm still in it. But I actually enjoy uni, so it's not as bad. Anyway, so freaking he's on his own. He doesn't really talk much to anyone. He's kind of isolated. He goes to shogi and he gets a little depressed and down in the dumps. That's about all we know about that part. He gets down, and then Akari, who she lives with her grandpa and her two younger sisters, because their parents passed away. I don't know if it was mentioned in the anime, I don't really remember how they passed away, we just know they passed away. Anyway, so she's got a thing with pretty much bringing in strays, as her sister mentions. And so she kind of took in Ray in a way, you know, she fed him, she looked after him, she made sure he was okay. Things like that. So they became friends. And yeah, so he goes to their house every now and again for dinner. He begins to feel like a warm sense at their house, and he doesn't really understand why or what it is, and he kind of hates it because he doesn't want to be a burden to them. And he feels like if he keeps going there, then he's gonna be a burden, you know. But they want him there, and eventually he gets sick. And they end up going to his house, getting him to the doctors, getting him checked out. He didn't have the flu, so they were like, "All right, you coming to my house?" And they looked after him there. If he had the flu, then they would have to quarantine him in his house, and that's where he would end up staying in their house till he got better. In his house till he got better. But because he didn't have the flu, he stayed at their house until he got better, and they looked after him. And then The sister, the one that took him in, his stepsister, she every now and again breaks into his apartment pretty much on some occasions and steals his bed and his food. Actually, she never really breaks in, she just kind of ends up there with him. Pain, 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 pain. Anyway, my favourite character is Momo. She's 3 years old, I think. And I just like her because she's adorable, to be honest. She's cute. Uh, so, yeah. Yeah, she goes to his house and things like that, sort of sometimes looking for food. And things, you know, being a pain in her butt. His butt, I guess. I didn't mean to say her. Anyway. So, she's also kind of depressed. Okay. Like, it's not really mentioned, but she sort of shows the signs that she's depressed. So, I kind of feel bad for her. Like, no one should have to go through depression, I don't think. I think that everyone sort of deserves the best and things like that, but not everyone can get the best, so we roll with it. Anyway, so she likes this guy who's pretty much, he's married, and I'm pretty sure he's just using her, but she likes him, so she goes with it, and she pretty much lets him use her. I've messed up somewhere. I found where I messed up. I'm slowly tempted to just fix this later. But I think I know what I've done wrong, so we're just gonna get rid of this. Anyway, sorry. So, yeah, so basically, she's a bit depressed. Which is completely and entirely understandable. Her father's kind of a bastard. In the nicest words possible. So I can understand why she would be depressed. And I do feel bad because I don't think she deserved that. I don't think her little brother deserved it. But anyway, so she's got a crush on this guy who's married and he pretty much uses her and abandons her, and it's a whole train wreck of I'm gonna end his life because I feel really bad for her. But hey, we can't do much when we're hatred. Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't look at my comments. Anyways, so now I've lost track of what I was saying. So yeah, she is being used and I think she's just kind of looking for a purpose, but she can't seem to find it because her dad at this point is worried about her, and the main character talks about how, you know, he may not forgive her or something because, you know, she ran away. But the simple fact is, she turns around and gets mad because it's like, she hasn't forgiven her dad yet, which is fair. I wouldn't forgive him either. He's an ass. Hi. Anyway. Yeah, he's not a nice guy. He's not a nice dad. He's a very rude dad. And I do feel bad for her. I feel very guilty for her. But anyway, so you've got him who he often sticks to shogi, but now he's dealing with her, and at one stage she ends up yelling at him because she thinks that he dobbed her in because she was saying that she's been staying with him, and he was confused when that got brought up by her dad because he's like, she's not staying with me, and the dad got mad and worried, and then that got her mad at the main character because, of course, she blamed him for telling him, even though he didn't tell him anything about where she'd been. And then Momo and the other two sisters, Akiri and Hinata, all went over to where they were arguing about it, because they were originally going to see him at his house, and they were arguing outside his house. So they saw what was happening, and all three of the sisters kind of got upset. Momo thought the girl was a witch. Hinata got annoyed, thinking that they were dating or something, and she'd been yelling at him. But they were having a sibling rivalry, I guess. And Hinata goes over to pick up, because she gave him food at that time, and Hinata went over to pick up their food. But that didn't work because simple fact is, well, the sister ate all the food, which making it so that the main character sort of had to say that he ate it all, even though he didn't. He got like 2 pieces. But he lied for her sake, and she sort of questioned him on who it was, and then he explained that it was just a sibling rivalry and that she's not a witch. And that night where she argued with him, we kind of worked out she was depressed. But with working that out, they kind of came to terms, I guess you could say. Yeah, they came to terms with what was happening, and that was okay. And then Hinata kind of went home and was all excited and told her sister that it was just a family, you know, sibling argument thing, and Momo kind of agreed that it was okay because the little sister, because, you know, she kind of, she knows her big sisters argue all the time, but Momo still knows that they're siblings, you know, they're family. So yeah, and then the older sister, which was Akiri, was like, yeah, that doesn't make it okay. But it does now. It makes it okay. It's okay if siblings argue, right? Anyway, because Akira didn't like the way that she was speaking to him either. So, and the way he was just kind of dealing with it. Like, it was there, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so he eventually went into his shogi match, which by the way, I'm going to stop here by the way. And he lost to, so he basically isolated himself from the girls, but he lost to Kai, is that his name? I don't know. Anyway, he lost to him because he underestimated him, because more than anything, Kai wanted to fight, excuse me, Toji. I think that's how you say his name. Again, if I'm pronouncing names wrong, I do apologize. But yeah. So he wanted to fight him really badly, but that failed. No, he wanted to fight someone. I think he wanted to fight Goto, which I think I could be wrong. I could be very wrong right now. But I think he wanted to fight Goto, and he didn't get to, because he lost to Kai, which annoys him and upsets him, and he sort of realizes that he forgot. Like, he didn't look at the rank or the abilities of the other player. He went blind to it so that he could fight Goto, which Kai eventually goes on to go and defeat Goto anyway, so at least someone beat him. And Kai ended up losing in the next match, which was against Toji, because, you know, Toji's like the best player in the world. Anyway, so that's about where I've gotten up to. Oh yeah, he does end up going back into school and trying to focus more on his grades and his attendance, because he failed his attendance last time. So yeah, he's working it out. He's still doing shogi, he's still going strong. And all in all, I reckon it's a good anime. It's very interesting. If you want to learn about shogi, it's a good anime to learn, because you literally get taught with a song about cats. And when I first heard that song, I was like, whoa, what the hell is this song? Because it's I don't know, it's not really the kind of song you'd expect, but it's the song that you'd heard. So if you want to get into shogi, it is a good anime to watch, because then, you know, you focus more on the cats and what the cats can do, and listening to the song, and then that kind of teaches you how each move works and things like that. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, my little elves. I am going to go do something else now, because I'm kind of thirsty, and normally I bring something to drink to these live streams, because I know I'm going to be talking a lot, but for the second time in a row, I forgot to bring my drink, so I'm going to go get one. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a good day. My links are in the description, my Discord server, all that stuff. Anyway, I will see you in the next video.